So for those of you who don't know, my name is Margaret Henney. I'm the director of marketing at Co-Video, joining with Bryan Neale.
Yeah.
Give him the spiel.
Hey, everybody. Yeah. So I'm the founder of Blind Zebra Consulting. We're a sales coaching company in Indianapolis. We've been doing this for about 24 years. I think it's been 24, 25 years. Really great. And we've been friends and colleagues and clients of, and they've been clients of one another. Co-Video. We're huge fans. And usually I know Margaret does such a great job with marketing and does these things remotely. We're in the same hometown and right up the street from each other. So we get to do it live in the same studio.
It's so
That's
fun.
why we're here together. It's fantastic. We are live in the studio.
Well, I'm so excited to chat with you. You, as you said, have been a sales coach with Co-Video and lots of other folks, not just here in the Indy area, but kind of all around. And you're a wealth of knowledge. I swear I'm not just stroking your ego. I loved going to your classes. I got so much out of it. So that's why we're so excited to chat with you and go over stuff. So, okay, first of all, guys, as we jump in, let's clear the air because we kind of have this sort of like kitschy little title about millennials and whole cheese and all this. And I actually got a couple people being like, hey, if I'm not a millennial, can I still come? And I was like, yeah, of course.
I had that. One of my clients on here, I told him, I said, we're doing this thing. He said, I'm going to be there. We're going to talk about that.
Okay,
so we're glad everyone's here.
See, that's what I wanted you to say. Like, okay, can everyone apply this knowledge?
Yes, we are generation agnostic.
I love it.
Is that good?
That's what I figured. I was like,
everybody, it works for everybody. So for sure.
Okay, good stuff. So let's get into the meat and potatoes.
I'm ready.
Of it. So
get ready.
There are, and I might jump around here a little bit, but I'm also going to start a poll. So this is a little bit awkward, but I kind of want to see what generations you guys all are.
That's
good. That like kind of piqued my interest. Then I was like, okay, are we baby boomers? Are we millennials? Gen Z? So let me know where you guys are at. I hear from people a lot. Obviously, there's so many different areas of the sales cycle, from, demoing and discovery and, closing and negotiating and all that. But for whatever reason, I usually hear from people that their most intimidating part of it is prospecting. Mm-hmm. So I'm curious, why do you think that is? What is it about prospecting that makes it, should it be the most scary?
Yeah.
If so, why?
This is such a great question. And it's one, and I've been in sales for a long time. So 23, it'll be 30 years next year. How about that?
That's awesome.
As a salesperson. And I'm still a salesperson. Even though we do sales coaching, I've always said I'll never stand in front of a room and not have my own deals. Most of which I've screwed up, which is what I learned and teach other people, which I actually have one that's a really bad screw up right now. So I was, my philosophy, I think this is rooted in how most of us were raised. And if you think about how we're raised in the United States, what are you taught about talking to strangers when you're a kid?
Don't do it.
Don't talk to strangers, right? Stranger danger. Everybody's taught to run, scream, yell the person's name, kick them in the knee, whatever that is. So we're taught early on just to not talk to strangers. We're taught to not bother people in public. Think about little kids sometimes. Like if a little kid comes over and starts talking to you or something and you're with your boyfriend and then the mom or the dad will come over like, oh, leave it. I'm sorry. He's chatty. Leave him alone. Don't bother him. So think about how most of us in the United States, and I don't know about other countries, but we're all raised in this where we just have to be very cautious about talking to people we don't know. Then you're 22, you graduate, you get your first sales gig. And the first thing your boss starts to do is she says, hey, here's what you got to do. You got to prospect. We're going to teach you what to say, how to do it, and that sort of thing. And the problem, I think, at the root cause is it goes against how most of us were raised.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, you're taught you don't have to talk to strangers. Don't talk to strangers. Now you're like, your whole job is to talk to strangers. And I'm going to measure how many times a day you try to talk to strangers. 50 calls a day, 75 calls a day. And you're going, oh my gosh, my mom told me not to do this. And now you're measuring me against how many of these I do. First, I think that's the first problem is the hardwiring that we have relative to talking to people we don't know.
I'm sorry, I'm going to stop.
Oh, it's good.
Here. We're going to do a little in and out, all kind of all over the place. So it looks like mostly millennials. 45% are millennials. We got 26% is Gen Z. Or I'm sorry, Gen X. Gen Z is 9%. Baby boomers. Shout out baby boomers. 19%. Okay,
I love it.
Cool.
Shout out to my Gen Xers too, by the way.
Yeah, I'm technically a millennial, but like a really old one.
There's a word for that. You know that? I think it's offensive, but my wife is one too. Geriatric millennial.
I don't.
It's
like
stated. It's horrible, isn't it? But it's a thing. It was like a sociology paper that I read. It was about geriatric millennials, which is very offensive, isn't it?
Also
very offensive.
If you get pregnant, this is the total sidebar. If you get pregnant past 35, it's a geriatric pregnancy.
Right, that's
As
what
someone
I mean.
who's 36, I'm like, time out.
Totally.
So, okay.
Totally. Anyway, we digress.
Okay. So you, it's kind of, it goes against like, hey,
how you're wired,
all that sort of thing. Right.
Yep.
So let's get into like, okay, talking about the cheese. I said meat and potatoes. There's a lot of like food talk here, guys. So why is it, do you think? Because I think we're all a little afraid to be cheesy as well, which like, we kind of should be, but yet people still do that. Why do we lean towards that? And why does that not work?
I know it's so hard. I warned Margaret, I said, I always do work on a whiteboard. This is my thing. It's almost
I'm about to move out of the way.
I think I can squeeze it in the screen here. So, because I am going to write a few things on the whiteboard here for you to take down, and hopefully you see this recording or write these things down. And so there are two elements. So when we teach our blind zebra clients, you've been exposed to this. We put everything into three simple buckets. Those buckets are think, do, and say. Think, do, and say. Very simple. And one of the things that we teach all of our clients is we always start in the thinking column. We always start with our energy first, because we believe wholeheartedly that anything that we do, anything that we say is first driven by some energy that we have, some philosophical energy we have, something we carry around with us. And we've got to work on those elements first before we act or speak. Most people left alone will just say, oh, go out and call them, do this and say this, do this and say this. So I think the answer to your question is in the thinking column. Why are people cheesy? And there are two elements. We have 10 elements in our thinking column. And there are two that I bring forward when I'm talking about this one. And I know, Margaret, you know one of these. It's one of your favorite things. Oh, do you know? Did you see it already?
I did.
Dang, I was going to give you a quiz. That's okay. That's loud. So here's the first one. And it's called intent or intention. And I don't care what sales philosophy you subscribe to. So you've been in Sandler. You follow Bryan Burns, one of my favorite people in the world. You follow Jeb Blunt. He's awesome. Anthony Iannarino. Just pick one. Anybody. Blind Zebra, doesn't matter. I want you to think about what kind of intention those people are teaching you and you're carrying along with you when you're executing what they're teaching you. And I think the first problem is no matter what sales philosophy everyone follows, we still have flawed intention. And the flawed intention is very simple. We still run around trying to get a demo, get an appointment, get a deal, get a sale. And everything that we're learning taught is geared around us getting. And I just don't think that's good energy to carry. I don't. I think we should really examine our intent or our intention when we're talking to people. And when we do that, some of this cheesiness starts to go away, because the cheesiness, I think, is founded in my desire to try to get something. So I'm going to take this angle, do that, reverse them, say this, take away, say all this jazz, which is all intended to get. And that's where the cheesiness comes from first. That's the first thing.
I'll add to that too.
Please
like
do.
When I think the cheesiness comes about when we're not being authentic.
Oh.
Are you going to write down authenticity?
Oh, man. You're so good. She's so good.
Dialed in, guys.
Seriously, I love it. I just love it. Keep going. Riff, go.
Okay, we'll just riff now. Because like then you're not being real. It feels awkward. You start to put on a whole different persona, and before you know it, you're like, oh, but wait, there's more. Totally. So the authenticity. I didn't think about the fact that this is probably backwards for people. Don't worry, we'll take notes for you guys. Be. Really?
Usually it comes off normal.
Oh, good.
Someone tell me if that's backwards in the chat room.
Okay.
I think it might be okay. I hope it's all good. Yeah, usually it reverses it around.
We just did the double thumbs up. We're so cheesy. That's so cheesy.
Speaking of cheese.
I know.
Yeah, I think that's the second one. So, and Margaret was obviously a great student because she's regurgitating what she's learned, which I'm just so impressed by.
Thank you.
The being yourself, my girlfriend at the time didn't work out. That's a callback we were talking earlier. Girlfriend at the time. I worked for a company called Procter and Gamble. They make soap and shampoo and toilet paper and all sorts of everything else in a grocery store.
Everything.
And I was taught to sell in a way that was very counter to my who I was at the deepest level.
Yeah.
Really, really bad. So I'm a pretty passive guy. I like to create relationships with people. I'm not very pushy, and they taught me to be the opposite. You be aggressive, you be pushy, you ask for everything, you sell through resistance. Like go. Just wasn't my personality, but that was what I was taught. I didn't know any better. And my girlfriend at the time would say, and I didn't believe her. She said, when you talk I work from home, so she could hear my conversations all the time. She said, you have a P&G voice. I'm like, what do you mean? She goes, when you take work calls, you change your voice. I'm like, no, I don't. Of course she's right.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, I don't. She's like, yeah, you do.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, seriously? She goes, yeah, you sound like really different. So I'm like, okay. So then I start to pay attention. All of a sudden I have this awareness of this. And what I noticed was when I'd answer the phone for P&G, I put on a like radio DJ voice.
Yeah.
So instead I'm just talking to you, we're hanging out, this is how I talk. I would go, good morning, this is Bryan. Hey, Margaret, how are you? Couldn't be better. How's the business? Great. How's the business with you? Great. Couldn't be better. We're up 30%. Like, that's how I talked, because that's how I thought I was supposed to talk.
Yeah.
I wore a blue suit and a white shirt and a red tie. I wear t-shirts now.
Yeah,
I just put this on because the t-shirt's a little dingy. Yeah. I mean, I just, you know what I mean? This is me. This is what you see is what you get now. I cuss. This is what I do. And I think that's the next step, is just being the real you, is who you are, not trying to say something clever, not trying to be something you're not trying to win everybody over. And the right things always occur. The right people, find you. Thank you. Phil, I just did a thing with Gong. I was on their podcast about cussing.
Oh, I love Gong.
Yeah, Gong is great, aren't they?
Yeah. I found out just how much I talk when I use Gong.
Exactly.
Not in a good way. I found something similar too when I was in sales, but my radio voice was different. It got like really high. Like,
really?
So, like,
can you do it? Can you demonstrate?
Yeah, this is so embarrassing. Hi, this is Margaret with Co-Video. And it was like Valley Girl. It was so bad. And I actually have like old videos of myself because of course video is what we do. Right. There's all this terrible evidence of just how bad my voice was.
So funny.
And then someone pointed this out to me, and I lowered my natural voice is a little bit lower.
Yeah.
And people took me a lot more seriously. Mm-hmm. They understood that, like, hey, I actually know what I'm talking about. The whole wrong impression was coming off, and it wasn't me. And I couldn't understand why people weren't taking me seriously. And then I was like, well, because I sound like a Valley girl from California, like no shade, California, but that's not where I'm from. That's not how I talk. Like, it just, it wasn't working out. So
that's not how they talk in Rensselaer, Indiana.
Yeah. I'm from Monticello.
Monticello.
Rensselaer
correct.
Is,
oh, that's a right. Rensselaer's its own. I got
metropolis of Monticello, about 5,000 people.
Yes. Yeah. Monticello's beautiful. Indiana Beach, right?
It is. That's right.
Yeah. If you're not from Indiana, there's a really nice amusement park in Monticello. Look, see, you got friends from Monticello. Jeff.
I love it. That's awesome.
See, that's so interesting. And so why do you think, so we both did the same thing. We both changed our voices because we thought we had to. Mm-hmm. What do you think there's anything else you did that maybe was a blind spot in how you acted also or interacted? What was another thing? I'll think of one too.
Yes, totally. So here's one that, and this was maybe a little bit further, not just in prospecting, but in conversations with people. I am naturally a very excited person, but even if I had like some questions for someone, if they were being really excited with me, like, oh my gosh, this is perfect. Co-video is exactly what we need. I'd be like, awesome. I'll draw up the contract right now and I'm going to send it to you. Something that is actually really counterintuitive that you taught me is to like pull back and be like, is there anything that might actually get in our way? Like, we're both excited. Like, I'm really excited. You're really excited. So normally I would just push through with that, but I had to let my natural curiosity take over, where I was like, actually, you've said a couple things earlier on in the conversation that are like kind of like some red lights for me. Like, let's talk about those.
That's awesome.
Yeah. So and that was uncomfortable to do, right? Because you're like, hey, we're rolling, let's go. And I've done that in the past and then not asked the really hard questions. And then they've been like, hey, we changed our mind. Sorry.
Right.
And I'm like, what happened here? But it's because I didn't take the time for my natural curiosity to take over and put them first, because I was putting myself first, which was closing the deal as quickly as possible.
Back to intent. Yeah. And we didn't even plan this, did we, Margaret? No. That really didn't. And then I just wrote down, hang on. Curiosity. Yay. That's another one of our blind zebra core elements in our thinking column of the 10, curiosity. And to let that natural curiosity come through and be fearless of what the outcome is, right? Yeah. It's going to be what it's going to be. Some of you may relate to this. You may relate to this. P&G, as a very big company, was loaded with jargon and acronyms. Loaded, right? QBR, Q3, Q2. We call them by the initials. So we would go, well, we're going to look at that in AMJ. AMJ. That's Q2, April, May, June.
That's
See?
so stupid.
So isn't it though? It's so dumb,
very annoying.
right? We would say at a meeting, so we would be talking about an idea and someone would go, who's going to take the R for that? Margaret, could you take the R for that? You know what that stands for? Responsibility. I'm like, what are we doing, everybody? Yeah. Like we have our own lingo, our own thing. But I thought in an attempt to fit in, that was cool, that made me smarter and part of the club. And I thought it was impressive when I'd say something to somebody they didn't know. It made me smarter. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like no one can understand what I'm saying.
And
where
instead,
I thought it was cool.
Talking down to somebody,
completely.
That's what it ends up coming off as. And you can do this with colleagues. You can even do it with prospects. And I think sometimes people do it when they're not actually as confident as they should be or as they would like to be. So they can rely on quick little quips like that to make yourself feel a little bit better, a little bit more important, right? Like, oh, I knew this thing, you didn't know that thing. Like, silly you. But like that is not a great way to connect with people, right? No. You know, like you want to be on the same level with them and make everyone feel open and welcome.
You do always. There's this is super common when you talk about removing the cheese and why people don't prospect, and when they do, why it doesn't come across as sincere sometimes. It's because you're full of jargon. I'd have you examine your language, look at any email you send, look at a prospecting email you send and spot check it for jargon. And I guarantee you've got jargon in there. Almost everybody has jargon. Because what you'd say, here's the test would be, would I send this same email with the same tone to my mom, to my brother, to my best friend, Chris, who lives in St. Louis? Would I send it to a person on my referee crew? And if they read it, would they go, Neale, who the hell is this?
You would get
who wrote
roasted.
This dude?
Roasted.
Because, just wanted to have a robust enterprise solution. I'm like, what? Who says robust? When did robust become a cool thing to say? Now it is in technology, SaaS companies. It's like, or then I know a couple of guys we know, Keenan talks about like, I need someone with SaaS experience. I'm like, well, okay, what does that mean? Like, is that some sort of special, like there's a SaaS factory where people are born and they make these SaaS salespeople? It's like, it's so silly when you really think about it. And I think all this gets in the way. The cheesiness of all that gets in the way of us, like you said, connecting authentically with somebody else.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Totally. So this is a little, it's still on the prospecting. So I think it's relevant, but something I read recently, and I think that this is really great, is, oftentimes when people want to get us off the phone, there's a couple things that they'll say. They'll say, either, right away, I'm not interested, or I don't have time.
Yes.
Right. And a lot of times we're kind of taught to just talk through that.
Yes.
Right. And it, like, explain to them why they do have time. And you're kind of like, you don't know me. Like, why are you trying to tell me that I've got time?
Yes.
Like, I know myself and my business and my schedule. So listening to that, right? Of course, we've got positive intent. Hey, we feel like we've got something great of value for this person, but we don't know until we have the conversation with them, right?
Yes.
So also listening to that, and they use something called, it's not mirroring. I can't remember what it is, but you'll just use the last 2 or 3 words of what they just said, like no time.
Is that Chris Voss?
I think it is.
Is it Chris Voss?
Exactly
I'm sure someone's going to pipe in the chat room. See, that's Chris Voss move. Yeah.
I'll tell you what, my boyfriend uses it on me. It'll piss you off when you know that they're trying to use it on you. But it lets them know that you are listening, and it gives them some room to talk to, which I'm a big talker. And I think a lot of salespeople make the wrong assumption that being talkative and outgoing makes you a good salesperson, and it's not true.
It isn't.
It's being a good listener.
Yes.
So instead of having something ready to fire back at them when they say they don't have time, get genuinely curious about that.
Yes, always.
Like, oh man, no time. You give them some space to say that, and then you can say, oh, it sounds like you got a lot on your plate.
Right. Well, and all this, like, so the things I hear, I've always wanted to do this. I haven't had the guts to do it yet. I'm going to do this. This is kind of stuff I'm going to, and I'm a doer. Like, I'll do stuff I say, like weird stuff, like get my referee's license and ref in the NFL. Like, I'm going to do that. Yeah. Learn to play the piano.
Hence the zebra.
So I'm going to do this. The blind zebra. People don't know. Blind
zebra.
I'm also an NFL referee. That's why I was asking teams and all that other jazz. Anyway, at some point I am going to just go to the bank and I'm going to get 20 grand in cash, $20,000 cash. I'm going to make 20 cold calls, and I'm not going to play the plow through it game. I'm going to say, hey, we've not met. My name is Bryan. I've got a sales coaching company. I wanted to like share with you a little bit about what we do and see if you'd be open to talking. And everyone that blows me off, I'm going to keep my money. Anyone that says, yeah, actually, I would love to just take 30 seconds and hear what you do, I'm going to send them $1,000 cash, like $100 bills.
See, okay, now that you say this,
Isn't
I'm like, I'm
Everybody,
taking all
exactly.
my sales calls.
Because here's why. If everybody knew that I was giving away $1,000 cash, everybody would have time.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
That's so true.
True?
Yeah.
True.
Absolutely.
Seriously, they would know. Every one of them would go, I'm like, hey man, I got $1,000 cash. I'll Venmo it to you as soon as we get done. It's going to take me about 2.5 minutes. Tell you what I do and see if you want to keep talking. Everyone's going to go, you have 2.5 minutes? They're going to go, yeah, of course. For $1,000, absolutely I do.
Great return.
And the problem is that people don't know, because what we all do for a living, there's way more than $1,000 on the other end. So if I help a company, if you use co-video, I guarantee you, we use co-video, that I guarantee you there's more than $1,000 on the other end. But if co-video cold calls in on the landline, and talks to Kelly, who answers the phone, there's a good chance Kelly's going to say, no, thanks, not interested, not because of anything. That's just our reaction.
Right.
And so it's an interesting dynamic to ask ourselves, what are we doing or saying that's causing people, we, the sales world, what are we doing or saying that's causing people to react that way? You really need to examine that in your own language and say, okay, how can I change this up a little bit? I also think, and I'm just a rant about this, I've got some buyers. I'm very accessible. People call me, I'll take their call. I just will. Not maybe quick, but I'll take it. Yeah. My friend David Meltzer is a really popular coach guy. Okay. David Meltzer, when he goes and speaks, and David Meltzer has 50, jillion followers and all this stuff. He gives out his cell phone at every speech he gives. Every speech. Wow. His actual, and I've got a cell phone. It's his cell phone. That's awesome. No one calls him. What? Everyone's afraid to ask him for help. So, I think we need to be more accessible, and find me some person that goes, Margaret, I'm not really busy these days. I'm a little bored. Yeah. I don't really have much going on. I'm kind of looking for some stuff to do. There's zero people.
Yeah. That way. A sidebar too. I think there's been this weird currency, particularly in American culture. I don't know if the Swiss person who's here can weigh in if it's the same, but there's this weird currency about saying that you're busy. It like means that you're like special or important, and people love to tell you how busy they are, even if they're not actually that busy. So they're going to say it no matter what. My
friend David says he's productive and accessible. I love how he says that, productive and accessible. It's really, really good. I agree. It's not a flex. I would actually argue the other way. I'd say if you're too busy, then you have really poor time management skills. You're working on the wrong things. You're letting other people control your calendar in your life. Yeah. You're like, whoa.
But being genuinely curious about that and asking people
truth. Yeah.
Too, right. Yes. And saying like, hey, what's going on with
yes.
you? What that does too, is it helps build that rapport and trust with people.
Yes.
So that even if they're like, hey, I don't have time right now. If you genuinely listen to them, and say like, okay, it does sound like you got a lot on your plate right now. Like, what if we talk later this week? What if we talk next week? What if you cleared a couple things off and then like, okay, gosh, thank you. Thanks for not like pushing on me. Like I'm already feeling a whole bunch of stress. Like, let's talk when I'm less stressed.
Yes. I mean, what if I cold called co-video and I work with 75 VPs of sales, but you don't take my call. Actually, like some sales coach cold called us. We said no, but what I really wanted to do was do an alliance, a partnership with you and introduce you to my 1,000 users, and you'd be like, whoopsie daisy, I should have taken that call. We just don't know what we don't know. That's a little phrase I always teach people that helps. It's very tactical. Is if you're going to say no, at least you know what you're saying no to. If you're going to say no, at least you know what you're saying no to. With no interaction, you don't even know what you're saying no to yet.
Right.
All you're saying is that what they've heard so far has not compelled me to spend any time with you.
Yeah.
So can I show you this?
Yes.
Okay. This is a little bit. No, you're not. No, this is all together. You don't. I don't know. I love listening. I love learning. Okay. So I didn't make this up. This is a little kind of a marketing model. Okay. And I'll read these to you. I'm a little sloppy today. So it starts off with unawareness. Like people don't even know we're there. They don't know who we are. They've never heard of you. Maybe they've heard of you a little bit, but that's about it. Unaware. Then we move to awareness. Awareness is when, I've heard of co-video. I've heard of Blind Zebra. I understand what they do. It's a video email tool for selling and communicating with customers, blah, blah, blah. Then they learn a little bit more. Now they go to comprehension. So like at Blind Zebra, we do previews for people where they actually come and experience our work. They don't pay yet. They're with other people to check it out. Co-video, you can see a demo of it and you actually get to watch it. If you're being sold to by co-video, you get co-videos like, this is really cool and clever. And then deeper, we get into comprehension where we go, man, if I send co-videos, my open rates go up. People tend to respond back to us more. More conversations happen, more deals happen. I comprehend. Now I go to action. I'm going to spend my money with co-video.
Okay.
That's what happens. Good there. Here's what we do. This is why prospecting fails so often. We try to go from unaware to action as fast as we can, or from unaware to comprehension as fast as we can. And I think that's part of the problem.
Yeah.
If we want to be good prospectors, we're going to educate up front. What we're going to do first is just go from unaware to aware.
Okay.
So if you're changing your language, you shift that down to say, look, we haven't met, we haven't talked. I know I'm interrupting. I'm just in awareness building mode. I'm just dropping a quick note to say, hey, my name is Bryan. I'm with a company called CoVideo. We do video email platform. I know you run a sales team. I was going to send you an email. I just want to give you a verbal heads up that that's coming. You'll see my video. After that, I'll call you back, see if we can talk further.
I love it.
And you're like, what is it again?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I've like to leave you hanging a little bit, not on purpose, because I'm not here to educate you all of a sudden.
Right.
I'm just building awareness. I wanted to make you aware that I'm going to be sending you an email. There's a video. You'll hear me talking in it. I just didn't want to surprise you. It's not spam, I promise. And take a look, and then we'll give a shout back or put some dates that we can get together and talk more about it.
I love it.
What is it?
I love when you talk about being in your modes too.
Your mode, right? I'm in the mode of building awareness.
Yeah. And it's very honest and upfront. There's no like weird
zero.
It's like no gimmick
no
to
weird,
it. No jargon was in there whatsoever. No. Right. And you're just kind of like, that's the the virtual, how do you do? Right.
Yeah, that's it. Yes. I'm just awareness building.
Cool.
And if I do that 25 times a day versus, hey, I'm Bryan for CoVideo. We're a full service, robust platform that sales teams use to leverage that. You're done. It's over. I'm like, shut. I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear this.
Totally. Well, and oftentimes too, I think one of the biggest mistakes people make when they're prospecting, and it depends, hey, what vertical you're in, whatever, blah, blah, blah. Take this all with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
But sometimes if it's your first outreach and they'll use words like, can I just have X number of your time? Can I take this? And that language, have of yours, take of yours, especially when it's time. Like nothing is more valuable than our time, right? So when you say, I'm just want 15 minutes of your time, you're asking for one of the most valuable things that someone can give you, right? And off the bat, before they know anything about you, before they've become aware, so that, I think that's a huge mistake that people make immediately. And it's because you said they're trying to go from aware to action or a couple steps of comprehension. Yeah, exactly. So that kind of language is like a little off-putting.
It is. People
sounded so Indiana.
That's the international symbol for off-putting. So you did the international symbol for, what was this? For registering, and then do the other one for off-putting. Okay, so we got two things. You can take these from Margaret. These are genius. Just genius. I love it. I also think if you dissect your language, whether that be your phone call, even your co-video, you watch those back. If you're sending co-videos, if you're doing written, I really, really want everyone to strip all the stuff away that sounds like something you wouldn't say to another human.
Yeah.
I would never use the word robust ever would I say something is robust. How many technology companies
you're talking about wine.
Do you say, now that's good. Now, thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Now you're talking about
That's it.
And then I would say it like a smart aleck. Because I'm trying to be hoity-toity from Evansville, Indiana, wine guy. This is getting a lot of tannins, a lot of legs, and picking up some little tobacco, little forest floor. Is the forest floor coming through?
People say stuff like grass, moss, whatever.
Yes. Okay. And then one of my good wine buddies, who's a big wine guy, and I wanted to learn and be Mr. Guy back when I was younger. Yeah. He goes, I can tell you everything right here. We're at work. I'm like, well, I want to learn. He goes, no, I'll tell you everything. Yeah. Take a drink of wine. If you like it, drink more. If you don't like it, don't drink it. It's that easy. Isn't that great? That's how you do wine tasting.
Perfect. Anyway, great. Pros.
But I just think if you take away and analyze your language, strip away anything that you wouldn't say to another human in a normal, very casual setting, don't say it. Right?
Yeah.
I'm Bryan, I'm a sales coach. I say sometimes I'm an NFL referee, and I'm never going to say that. And they, well, that's cool, but whatever. But who cares? Like I'm Bryan. Anything about you? Everyone's cool. Totally. Yeah. Where have you been? You've been everywhere. Travel. How many countries have you been in?
Oh God, I don't even know. Something like
seriously.
Maybe like 35, 40 countries.
Like even you say, hey, I'm Margaret. I work at CoVideo. It's a video company salespeople use to send video emails. And a little fun fact, I've been in 35 countries, and just even that, people are like, whoa, 35 countries. It's interesting, isn't it? It's human, it's real, and it's for you.
Okay, this is funny that you bring this up too. Another thing that works really well, whether you're doing a co-video or even a Zoom or whatever, I think sometimes people get a little too caught up on professionalism. I think professionalism is totally overrated, which is like where the cussing comes in.
Correct.
Can I get a hell yeah?
Please. Yeah. You can get a fuck yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Well, no.
Ooh,
yes.
much.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry. I'll use it back. Oh, yes. Sorry, Phil.
Okay.
Phil's out. Like,
Sorry,
whoopsie
Phil.
daisy.
Okay. But the professionalism, people get too caught up on it. There's nothing relatable about it, right? Everybody's kind of in their weird mode. And like, okay, so some of the best co-videos that I've sent out that I get people to respond to, it's when our office dog, Emma, it like walks behind me,
Yes.
awkwardly and tries to get me to pet her or like, whatever. And I just go with it. I don't start over, right? I'm like, hey, wanted to introduce myself and say hi. So did Emma. Hope you're having a good one, whatever. And then people write back and they'll literally be like, there's a dog in your video. I'm like, I know, crazy, right?
Totally.
But they just love it. And it seems so real and relatable that it really helps break the ice.
It is.
Yeah.
Cue the dog.
Cue the dog.
Cue the deer. Anybody see the movie Funny Farm? We're talking about movie. That's an obscure one. I told you.
No, I don't know.
I told Margaret I know
win.
obscure things. Funny Farm with Chevy Chase. It's a brilliant movie. Cue the deer. And Steph put it, I think, in the chat room. And Gong, one of our, or like both fans of Gong, we're a user of Gong. They have stats that show that cussing actually increases the odds of a deal closed by 8%, which doesn't sound huge. When you put that at scale, that's a lot.
Can we get Fred and Kathy Henney on this call and tell them like, it's fine, you guys, I swear.
It is. Now the other thing is, and Devin Reed, who does other content work, I talked to him the other day, said, it doesn't mean go start cussing. Be authentic. Right. If you don't cuss, you don't cuss. If you do, it's okay. Here's the other part. Here's the trick though. The odds go up that much if the other person, the buyer, cusses first.
Oh, okay.
The buyer cusses first.
Feeling it
you
out.
Follow suit. You jump 8% closing rate. Isn't that interesting?
That is so specific.
And they've got great data. They've got great data, and it's all data scientific, normalized data, all this jazz.
That's awesome.
Fascinating. And we talked about why.
Yeah.
I think, and they're drilling down the why. It's that authenticity, trust. We feel safe. We're at the same spot. It's an indicator.
And that professionalism, and I'm not to say that like professionalism is always a bad thing.
Yes.
But like when you can drop that veil,
Yes.
and you don't have to be like on your guard anymore. And everyone really is on their guard at first, right? Salespeople included, they don't want to give away too much. And, the other side doesn't want to, show what they're interested in and what they're not. When you can just like get rid of that bullshit, you can finally get down to it and have a real conversation. Say, can we help each other or not? Like, is this a fit or not? So then you don't have to do that whole like weird, like, peacock mating dance thing, right? Where you're like trying to impress each other.
What's the sign for the peacock mating dance?
I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. You know what I'm saying?
I do.
Okay. So we've been talking about some of the tools,
yes,
about what is helpful in prospecting, right? So we can start putting some of this into use. So what do you love? What are some of your favorite tools? The most, like the most successful salespeople that you work with, including yourself, right? What tools do they use and love and get like real results from?
Yes. I'm going to give you 3.
Great.
One at a time. Is that okay?
Yeah, totally.
Not in order. By the way, these are not in order. My gosh, my writing is horrible today. You'll know what this says.
Yeah.
That says LinkedIn. And it's amazing to me. I was an early adopter of LinkedIn. That's not because I'm smart or anything. I just love new stuff. Yeah. And I'm like, this is really cool. This was years and years. Oh, 12, 10, whatever you say. I always say not 12, not 8, not 12, not 10. Okay. Whatever. And I took it to my clients. I'm like, I think this is going to be really cool. Yeah. And my clients, all of them, I had 10 clients at the time. All of them, like the CEOs were like, nope. Yeah. Our people aren't going to be on their job board. Nope. I'm like, man, I'm telling you, I think this, Well, now guess what? Now everyone's on it. People are still dabbling though. So many people just drive by LinkedIn. They drive by it. They scroll, they scroll. You have to put energy into LinkedIn. Yeah. It's a karmic tool. You got to put stuff in. It is though. It is. Yeah. And I'm not talking about putting like shit up about yourself either. You got to put stuff in that's meaningful to people. You got to meaningfully engage with others. You have to ask questions. Yeah. The greatest way to get engaged on LinkedIn is ask questions, and don't try to game it. Everyone tries to game the algorithm. Like just be real on it. But if you do that, you get, I think, some chips in the bank to ask for favors. Yeah. And if I was teaching someone prospecting language, one of my favorite things to say, and because we're from the Midwest, as you can obviously tell,
was it going to be
Warsh? That's Southern Indiana. That's not really Midwest. That's where I actually am from. If you ask someone for a good old fashioned favor, Find me another human that goes, nope, sorry, I don't do
so
favors.
true.
Nobody says no to that. If I said, hey man, hey Margaret, I want to ask you for a good old fashioned favor here. And I always say no's no cancer. If you can't help, no pressure. But if you just ask people for favors, almost everyone says yes, sure. So ask anyone for their opinion and find me someone that responds to, hey Margaret, can I ask you for your opinion? Find someone that says, you may not. Yeah. You may not. No, I don't give opinions. Nobody says that.
Yeah. Everybody
people want to help. They do. So just use that kind of that word set of asking for help, ask for a favor. That's the thing. So LinkedIn, number one tool. You got to feed it though, and you got to be in the game. You can't dabble.
I'm going to add something to that. Oh,
please do. Yes.
Don't feel like you have to be like, it's always great when you can be an authority on something, but we can only be an authority on so many things, right? That we like know about.
Yes.
You can get on LinkedIn and you can say, this is something I was struggling with. Like, here's a scenario that I was having and I wasn't quite sure to handle it, or here's how I screwed this up. And just like, ask for people in your network to be like, has this ever happened to you before? Comment. How did you deal with it?
Yes.
So you're like crowdsourcing ideas and opinions. Still great content. People love it and they'll totally engage.
It's fantastic. They will.
Yep.
That what Margaret just gave you, there's a brilliant prospecting thing. That is a long-term prospecting thing.
Yeah.
It's brilliant. And people don't realize that. And you can't do it in a contrived way.
Yeah.
Back to authenticity. It's got to be sincere. I want to sincerely know, back to your, what did you say? Your curiosity, your natural curiosity? Genuine curiosity. What a great trait. Everyone should have that as a trait. Do that. And that will spur conversations that people will say, oh, I know, I watch you, I see your stuff. I'm sure you have that now, don't you?
I do.
You do, don't you? People see your stuff.
It's a little embarrassing. People will be like,
why is it embarrassing?
I don't know. I've had people be like, oh my gosh, I see you on LinkedIn.
Right.
And I'm like, yeah, that's true. I'm there.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like, oh my God, that's really her. Like, excuse me, are you the one on LinkedIn?
Yeah.
But it's true. Yeah. There is, I heard this. I just heard that, you know, you heard, and I'm getting old, but you hear things, you're like, gosh, I never heard of that. I was talking to this guy who's like a business CEO coach in Northern Indiana. And he goes, you know, everyone asks for a silver bullet and there are no silver bullets, but you know what there are? There are silver BBs. Now, if you're from the Midwest, you totally know what a BB is. If you're not, those are the little like pellet gun things.
Red or BB gun.
They're silver BBs. I'm like, that's really interesting. There are silver BBs.
Tell me, what does he mean by that?
He means that there are little things you can do that over time work really well. Not one big thing that you can do with a silver bullet.
Oh, that's so true. I heard something. Yeah, go ahead.
The LinkedIn thing, the silver BB is consistency.
Oh,
it's like consistency. You just every day you're in it and on it and engaging every day, little bitty bits every day. You don't need to spend 4 hours on it. What I find people do is they pedal on, pedal off, pedal on, pedal off.
I'm so guilty of that. I have to.
Everybody, I actually am. I'm actually at a little bit of a rut from. I've got some distractions.
See, I'm just coming back.
I love it.
I'm just coming back, but it definitely helps, and it's something like what's the other where you right the ship just like barely. You know? And it totally changes where your final destination is, but you don't have to make a huge change. I like that too.
It's like flying a plane magnetic north. So if you go 3 degrees off,
I don't know what that is. I was about to be like, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
See, that's right. So now you go to LinkedIn and go, this guy I was on this webinar with talked about magnetic north and flying a plane. Can someone explain what that means? She'll have 40 people tell her. I've got my private pilots license. Here's my next one. You knew this was coming, didn't you?
Yeah.
Co-video. Now here's what's great about this. We're an unpaid friend of theirs. We are a user. We are a customer of Co-videos. They've been a client of ours. And when I first met them and looked at the tool, and this is probably 4 years ago at this point, I'm like, this is freaking genius. And so we had to get it into our operation as quickly as we can. I will tell you, I can't tell you the stats. Stephanie, my wife, who's our CEO, who also runs sales here, might be able to tell you the number of responses that we get that have nothing to do with saying, hey, Blind Zebra is great, I want to be a client, that simply say, that's one of the most refreshing approaches I've ever seen. Bravo on the video.
Oh my gosh, that makes me so happy.
And the creativity. It just won. And I don't care. I see this is a kind of a little thing for you. This goes to prospecting a little bit too.
Yeah.
I want everyone to think about selling no longer as a linear process, but as a circular process. Circular. It never ends, which means the experiences that I give people in the prospecting world can always come back and help me later or not, or they can hurt me later. And so I believe with our group here, with our sales team, that when we're sending co-videos out to people and someone says, no, thanks, I'm not going to be a client or a customer of Blind Zebras, but we've given them a great experience with video. That's all I can ask. It's great because I can come back and they'll even say things like, oh yeah, you're the ones who sent me the video.
Yeah.
Yes, it's like branding.
Okay. You just took the words right out of my mouth.
Good.
So a couple things that I've noticed, like the best salespeople or top salespeople, they use personal branding and storytelling as a part of their strategy, right? So personal branding, because it's like, hey, a lot of times we're not selling something that's all that different than what somebody down the road is toting, right? I mean, sometimes it is, right? But sometimes it's a car and like, hey, that model's the same as it is over here. So why are you buying from one person over the other? You trust them, you like them, you vibe with the guy or the gal, like, you know, your personal brand, your story, their why you buy into. And then the storytelling, right? Because like, what is it? Facts tell, stories sell.
Ooh.
You like that?
Look at Margaret dropping bombs on the webinar. Let's go.
Finger guns.
Everyone's getting all the Margaret hand signals today. You should write a book.
God,
hand signals by Margaret.
I'm going to look back at this and be really very embarrassed.
It's the best. Yeah, I'm telling you, it just works. It just works across the board. You may not know this yet, but we are also going to consider using it in our client success work.
Oh, cool.
So when we're talking about management of companies and relationships over time, some of you may be or have a CS team or an account management team. Why wouldn't account managers do this? What a great touch. How many times have you looked at an email from someone can't read tone in email? You can read tone in video. There's 100% certainty you can tell tone in a video, guaranteed. And there are so many more applications. I'm kind of expanding your business without your permission, but there's so many more applications. Think about collecting money. Think about an accounts receivable group who's trying to, and you're sending emails like nasty grams. Instead of going on video and saying, hey, Margaret, it's Bryan. I hate bugging you on this, but we just want to roll over just a couple of open invoices we've got, see if we can clean them up. I know it's really annoying, but I just wanted to shoot a video. So, and I'll read them to you. This invoice, So if you wouldn't mind giving me a call back, I'd really appreciate it. I look harmless all of a sudden. Well, maybe I don't. I look like, the other. But it's just such a great experience, isn't it?
Yeah.
You just can't argue with it.
I always tell that to people too, when I'm like, okay, obviously there's face to face is best, right?
Yes.
But we can't always do that for whatever reason, scaling our business or wherever we work or COVID or all the other terrible reasons.
Yes.
So when you can't do that, but you have to have the necessary evil of email, I call the necessary evil, you got to build a bridge between those two things, right? So when you can get in front of somebody and break down that wall, that is so important, because you're right. People, like, it just comes off so differently. If I have to deliver hard news, or if I'm wondering how that's going to come across to somebody, I can't tell you how many times I've had to do like a kind of tuck my tail email. It makes it sound like I screw up a lot. We all screw up, whatever.
Yes.
But rather than, if I can't get them on the phone, maybe to have that conversation, I will send what I call a tuck your tail video, and it goes so much better.
Yes.
I'm like, I'm totally embarrassed. I dropped the ball.
Right.
This is what happened, and this is how I'm going to make it better.
Yeah.
And people write back and they say, things happen, no big deal. I really appreciate you reaching out.
Yep.
Totally diffuse the whole conversation. It could be a cancel, right? It could be a lost client. And instead, I actually was able to strengthen that relationship.
Yes. It's great. It's just what you do. One thing I will also say, as both a user and someone that teaches, and I teach video, not just even like co-video through the platform for LinkedIn, for personal branding, all my sales clients, I teach them that too. All you need is the ability to hold up your phone in front of your face. And those of you who say, I'm no good on video. And people say, you kind of said this earlier, this is funny. People, I don't like the sound of my voice. So if you don't like the sound of your voice, should you stop talking? Seriously, you shouldn't stop talking. So if you don't like the way you look on video, should you not do a video? It's the same logic. It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
How you look is how you look. How you sound is how you sound. That's how the world receives you. It's not weird.
No,
you think it is. It's not, though. And it doesn't need to be produced. It's better if it's not. Hold the video up, talk, if a dump truck goes by, say, oh, sorry, a dump truck just went by. Just say that. It's real and authentic.
Yep.
That gets through all the cheesiness.
Yeah.
So everybody, no excuse to not be on video in your sales process.
I agree. While you're writing this one up here too.
Yeah.
We just did another poll here. So we've got 76% are not using video yet. I very highly recommend it for all the reasons that we just talked about. And then we've got 24 who are. So I hope you guys are using it and loving it. That's great.
Yes.
All right, what
That's
other
still well, maybe it's not surprising. That's good for co-video, but you got to be on video.
I know.
Across the board. This is the way, this is how, I've got I've got 5 kids, four of mine are teenagers, and I got a bonus kid. Steph's son is
bonus kid.
He's great. Davis. But if you just watch then these are the people that are going to be selling, buying. They're coming quick.
Yeah.
Their heads are down. All they do is watch video all day long.
Mm-hmm.
All they do is watch YouTube and Netflix YouTube and Instagram and videos and snaps.
I think I literally read a stat that said something like kids or millennials watch something like 76 videos a day.
Yeah.
I know that sounds crazy, but it's just like, between Instagram, Snap, all of the stories and all that sort of thing. I was like, man, that's crazy. So
it's nuts.
videos it.
It's it. Yep. Okay. This one, everybody needs to get this one.
I love this one.
This is Crystal Knows. Crystal Knows has got to be in your air quotes. Ready? Jargon, tech stack. Hey, Crystal Knows. Everybody needs to be on Crystal Knows. Crystal Knows is a tool that sits as a widget on Chrome. And when you go to LinkedIn, it uses LinkedIn to give you a personality profile of the person you're going to be meeting with, talking with, your prospect. The Crystal Knows report gives you very specific conversational coaching that tells you what to say and what not to say.
I'm obsessed with it.
It's the best tool out there. I don't know. Yeah. I don't think they know how good they are, to be honest.
Well, it just gives you a great kind of it sort of allows you to prepare for what kind of call you're up against too. Yeah. Right. You know what I mean? Yep. Like, is this going to be somebody who's just like different personality types? I'm really into the Enneagram. I'm a 9.
Oh yeah. You're 9. You know what I am?
What?
You have to guess if you're really into it.
A 1?
Oh no. Really?
I don't know.
Do you know what the others are?
Yeah.
I'm a 7.
See,
7.
Okay, I want to be a 7.
I've
taken the test multiple times to try to get 7 because I was like, no, I'm not a 9. 9s are normally introverts. I'm not an introvert. Right. But I'm like this weird anomaly extrovert 9.
Yes,
but
I'm a 7-3.
Yeah. Oh, 7s are cool.
Kind of like a dream. Yeah, like go get them, and then I think 3's more like let's go, let's get it done.
Love it. That's great. Good combo. Okay.
So yeah, Crystal Knows does that. It also will do, I don't know if you've ever used this. It will do if you have a meeting with another team. So if we have a meeting with after this, we have a meeting with 3 people on the other buyers. It'll actually produce a little coaching guide. It's really short and easy to read that tells you how they interact with each other and then how you will interact with them. So if like Margaret and Bryan are on the same team, it might say, Margaret's going to be like real outgoing and very positive and everything. Bryan's going to be pretty more direct to the point. He'll get impatient. She'll be really friendly and jovial. And Bryan might push back and Margaret won't disagree with him or whatever. Right?
That's really accurate.
How it'll say that. You'll be like, wow, that's really cool. So you'll watch the dynamic. It is so accurate. It is awesome. Crystal Knows. Yeah. Everybody needs to have that in the cupboard.
That's a good one. Actually, since you did that, I'm going to I think this is our last poll that talks about some of the other favorite ones. My face is way too close to this microphone right now.
What is it? ASMR? AMSR? What is that stuff called?
I don't know what it's called.
Noises like that.
Now all of a sudden we sound like we're
totally.
on like a Saturday Night Live or something. It's a secret weapon now that we just went through. And I didn't put Crystal Knows.
Oh, that's okay. This is a good one.
But LinkedIn, video, smiling and dialing, killer emails, or other. If you've got other, put it in the chat. This is my universal symbol. I gotta stop using that. For whatever that other is, because like, hey, share the knowledge, guys.
For sure.
Wealth, so
we can put Crystal Knows in there. Emails is clearly so interesting that email smiling and dialing is still a thing.
That's crazy. LinkedIn is winning by far. Yeah. Like 40%. This is kind of fun to watch, guys.
It's very, very fun to watch. Watch it move. So and I'd love to see video bump up.
I know, me too.
I like that, honestly. And some of you do. I'm not taking anything away from it. I like to see smiling, dialing bump down. Yeah. I don't know if you saw, there's a huge, I'll leave them nameless, but it's in the news, but a big financial advisory firm that everybody's heard of that built their business on cold calling just made that, air quotes, illegal in their company. They've said they're not going to do anymore, mostly because of the stats that show that it doesn't work.
Interesting.
And they've literally in their 100 or whatever it's been 50-year history, they've always built their business predominantly through cold calling. Wow. And they're done with that now.
Interesting.
So that's one little stat for you.
We're getting down to kind of the end of the conversation here, but I think if you guys want to throw a couple questions in the chat, and I think we've already got some here actually.
Let's look at them. Full show
and see what people have got here. Let's see, chat.
Yeah, anybody's got any question at all?
Good question from Catherine. Is that right?
Yeah.
How to use LinkedIn and not appear to be selling?
Oh, that's good.
That's a good question.
Yeah. I'll say the answer has been said already, Catherine. I bet you know the answer. It also, look at that.
Intense.
Money. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. It starts with your energy. It really does. If I'm going to LinkedIn to sell, everyone's going to know it. I don't care what you try to hide. If you're going there to contribute and to learn and to connect, they're not. And if I go to connect, the connect is, hey, Margaret, I see that you're connected to Jason Price. I've been trying to get an audience. Good old fashioned favor here. Would you feel comfortable connecting me to Jason? If not, no big deal. But if so, if you want to spit over a 3-headed email, I'd be forever grateful. Thanks a bunch.
We tell everybody what a 3-headed email is.
I'm sorry, that's free. Yeah, 3-headed email. A lot of you have gotten these probably. But if Margaret's going to connect me to Jason, Jason's her CEO founder, a 3-headed email is comes from her, and it just has Bryan/Jason. The purpose of this email is to connect the two of you. And then there's a skip and then a Bryan, and it says, hey, Bryan, Jason is our CEO. He was also a beta, but at Purdue, and he's a really fun guy. And the next one says, Jason, Bryan's a sales coach. Done a couple of projects with him. He's kind of funny, but not really. And you two should meet. Go get a beer or something like that. That's a 3-headed email. Just tell people that to ask them to do that very specifically, and they will do that. And then they're connected. And all you're doing is connecting. You're not vouching.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what. So Catherine, I think about it. I used your word earlier. It's a karmic thing. LinkedIn. You feed it, and then you can ask it for favors. I really strongly encourage people to not sell on LinkedIn.
Yeah.
Don't sell. I'm not a fan actually of asking people directly for meetings on LinkedIn. I'd much rather have a trusted connector connect me to someone. I'll go that route first than just sending a note to a connector or a connected person on LinkedIn and saying, can we get together?
Also, pro tip, you can send video through LinkedIn. And something new to a friend. So my colleague, Jeff, shout out to Jeff. He just told me that I think on your personal page, you can do like a video background, like a video. Yes. Have you done this yet?
I've not.
Okay. I haven't done it yet either.
Sending a video?
No, well, you could send a video through direct message as well. And I've done that before.
I've done
too.
that.
It'd be kind of like, hey, I want to put a face with a name and a really annoying Midwestern voice and just make like kind of a little joke out of it too. And then people know too, hey, this chick's not trying to sell me anything. I'm like, hey, I just want to say hi to you, give you a little hat tip. So,
love it.
Yeah, cool. All right, let's see what other questions we got.
The cadence, go ahead, Derek.
Yeah. I'm calling on CFO and CEOs and trying to establish a cadence. Not sure I know the best way. Call, connection, request on LinkedIn, email, call, etc. Any best practices appreciated? Thanks, Derek.
This is good. This is one of those things that everyone's trying to do. Everyone's trying to automate things and make it a cadence and load it up. Yeah, totally. This is the I don't know, the silver BB for me. Is consistency and authenticity together. Because all of us we've been on the other side. I actually save all mine. I intentionally don't respond unless it's something I'm really interested in, but I never respond or take myself out of a cadence because I always want to learn from the cadence as someone who teaches salespeople and get asked questions like this.
Smart.
And what I've noticed with cadences for the most part is they still are written in an inauthentic voice. They're almost trying too hard. And I would highly examine, if you're going to go through that path of the CFO, CEO cadence, to make sure as best you can that thing is even if it's customized. If you're CEO, CFO, you're high up in an organization. You're probably not, maybe you're blanketing 50,000 CEOs. I doubt it. So then you can put a little more.
But even if you do a cadence too, I will add to that. I think you can probably establish a cadence just kind of for yourself, but not make it be automated. I think the automation, even though like I get it, automation is super sexy and it feels great. You're like, oh, this is totally good. But like, it's not really as effective a lot of times, especially if you're calling on CFOs and CEOs. So nothing wrong with the cadence, but the automation part behind it, I think is where you can kind of get into some trouble.
I love it. Yeah.
Let's take 2 more questions.
Yeah, let's do it.
Oh my gosh, is my computer dying?
No.
I think it is.
It'll make it.
What advice would you give to SDRs that have to get high numbers of people to the table for an AE? Make a generic video, make a special video for the bigger fish. That's a really good question, Jordan. I like to bucket people where, so sometimes, obviously depending upon if you're trying to get tons and tons of people, volume is important, right?
Yep.
So I would bucket them into the people who are like, hey, these are my big fish. Absolutely personalized messages for them only. Right. And then you've got kind of middle of the road people where maybe you might bucket them by title, by industry, by interest, whatever those things are. So you can still make it even a little bit personalized. I would never do something just like crazy generic. That's just not going to fit for them. But that's kind of how I would approach it. But buckets.
And I'll give you one. This is an outsider unpopular opinion, especially if you're using predictable revenue, which most SaaS companies have tended to lean on. And it's a numbers game. And so the SDRs have to give a high number of people to the table for AEs, and that's your job. I guarantee you, if you're working with an AE, if you give me 8 and 8 close, keep giving me 8. You don't need to give me 50.
Yeah.
Because it's way more efficient.
Mm-hmm.
It's more effective for everybody. So I know that's not popular opinion, Jordan, but just think about that a little bit. If you can get really good at getting good, makes sense. Get really good at getting good, meaning good prospects to the AE.
Quality.
The AE will love you forever.
Yeah, so true.
Yeah, that so convert. True. Yeah.
I'm going to let you take this next question while I get my charger. Because
this last one?
Yeah.
Can you explain to a sales newbie where prospecting should fit in the overall sales operation? What a good question, Emerald. Where does it fit in the overall sales operation? And I don't know if this is what you're asking, Emerald. Maybe you can clarify after I start to answer. Do you mean should it fit in marketing or should it fit in sales in terms of the sales operation? Or are you talking about where it fits in the sales kind of customer experience lifestyle journey? Emerald, can you clarify that for me? She's typing. Let's see. Where it fits in the journey? Yeah. So I wrote up here earlier. It is circular, right? It's not linear. Sales is not linear. Customer relationships aren't linear. They're all circular. It's infinite. If they're circular, it's infinite. I'll do a little Deepak Chopra on you, right? The universe is infinite. And if you are in the universe, therefore you are the center of the universe. You're the center of the universe.
Yeah. We're also out of plugins.
You can unplug something. You can
I didn't know. I didn't want to pay.
Yeah, you can unplug the, you can unplug here. Here, hang on. Excuse us.
Technical difficulties, but we're having such a good conversation that I want to stop just because my computer is dying. So classic. Yeah, that's it. That's the one. You just did this sales newbie one?
Yeah, but I was.
Oh, we're still going. Okay. Speaking of an authentic voice, thank you, Kelly. Kelly's helping me vamp by myself.
We got it. Yep. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, right. So just think of it as infinite. And so where it goes, it really, if you think it's kind of weird, it really goes always. It always goes because it's infinite. And it may be today, maybe tomorrow, maybe next week. Don't know. That's what I think it is. It's infinite.
Other questions, by the way? Jordan says, thanks for the answer.
Yeah, it's really,
got
really
it, Jordan.
Can you scroll up a little bit there?
I think there were some more that we might have passed over. I apologize.
Oh, tips. I want to do that one next.
Yeah.
Tips for subject lines in the video email. Yeah. I sent 50 personalized videos and only had 5 open. Okay.
That's a really great question. I've got a couple of tips for you.
Please do. Too. Margaret will.
One, this is not always a surefire, but it's a good one that helps increase open rates by about 20%. Use the word video in your subject line. They don't know there's a video in there until they open it, right? And usually people do, get excited about having a video, right? It's easier content to consume. You don't have to read a whole long email. You can even say I promise this isn't a long email. I don't know, but check out the video instead. Personalize your subject lines, make sure you're saying their name or something that's important to them. If you're using words like meeting, demo, barf, no, don't do it. Like surefire way for people to be like, no, I'm ignoring this. So I guess I would need to know what kind of subject lines you're using, Nick, but you can email me at margaret@covideo.com and we can do like a little brainstorm session.
Little coaching. Yeah. And CoVideo will teach you this and they do this and this always happens. Or we do that. See that? It says, hi, Nick. Even if you put hi, Nick in the subject line and then the video says, hi, Nick. One of our AEs here, Noah, is really good at this. He actually draws little things. So if there's someone from Sweden, he'll draw the Swedish flag. If they're in California, he'll draw a little palm tree. If they're in New York, he'll draw some buildings and he'll say, hey, Nick, and NYC down there. Then they know it's for him. Same deal. Video for Nick and NYC. Any little customization, I promise you will increase those open rates.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. How did I forget the whiteboard method? I think I came up.
Steph said it earlier in the chat room too.
Way to go, Steph. That's awesome. And it's a fun way to kind of think about, what's important to them too. And, have a good conversation started because they see that thumbnail right when they open
Absolutely.
The email. So,
yes.
Yeah.
It's 4:00.
I know.
Are we done?
I think we're done.
That's it, right?
I know, which
so
I'm kind of sad about. This was so
I would like
great.
to know if you're in the chat room, should we do this again?
Yeah,
with a similar subject.
Yeah.
You can say no to it. It's fine. So I think we should. I think we should do it again. This is really, really great, really fun.
Skip says yes.
And we love the energy of the group and that sort of thing. So we got some yeses. Some people say maybe the no's will. Yeah, please do. We love to do that. That's great. You guys we need a podcast. I've already got one, but I'll do another one. I'll do it. Hey, I love podcasting. You know that for sure. So
that's awesome.
Okay, what do we do from here, Margaret? Where do they get a hold of you? And
okay, great. I had made a screen for this or a slide for it, but I don't really feel like doing it. So we'll just tell you guys. Okay, so a couple things that we're going to do. One, we will actually email email out the recording of this to you guys. So if you want to rewatch it again or share it with other people, you'll have it available to you. I'll include our contact information in that as well, but you can reach me at margaret@covideo.com.
Yep.
Find me on LinkedIn. Absolutely. Find me there. Let's start conversations. Let's connect with each other.
Yep.
Same thing for Neale, right?
Yep.
Like
You got
find
it.
him on LinkedIn. That's a great place to, hit him up in his inbox. And like you said, he'll respond,
Yep.
don't worry about asking for that favor. He'll do it. Oh, you're putting your little thing up there?
Yes, I'm not writing well today.
You've written on your
So it's
pants
Bryan.
a couple
I know.
times.
That's
I want
okay.
you to know.
She's concerned about my wardrobe.
That's why I'm standing over here. I'm like, don't write on my
These
pants.
jeans are like $11. I've had them for 40 years. It's Bryan at blind-zebra.com. Bryan at blind-zebra.com. Shoot an email. And then either me or someone named Kelly Brown, who's our director of client success, will get with you.
Yeah.
And I think we'll do it again. Margaret, I think we should.
This is
great.
We'll
and then everybody that came today, come that time and then bring a friend.
Yeah,
Bring a friend.
Bring a friend.
Is that cool?
All right.
Okay.
Awesome. Bye, guys.
Cheers.
Thank
See
you.
y'all. Bye-bye.